So let's set our intent. We don't need to move forward because I won't be working on you in this session. So I'm not going to ask. It's up to you. Like you could just set your same intent that you want to be connected to God, or uh, if you want to go down this path, uh, you want to start getting warning signals or start knowing which direction things are not right or what is going on in your mind, body, and soul. Uh, then you basically set your intent, the right intent, the words that feel good to you, that you want to basically uh, start knowing what is going on in your mind, body, and spirit. You want to start getting signs through this energy flow, uh, in your body, and you want to start getting those sensations in your chakras. So let's just take 2 minutes, close our eyes, and set our intent. So I'm setting my intent to be that I want to become aware of my connection to God. I want to always be connected to God. I'm also setting my intent that I want my Kundalini to rise. I want to experience that today. I'm also setting my intent that I want this energy flow to guide me in the right direction and give me sensations in different chakras and at top of my head to allow me to feel what is going on in my mind, body, and spirit. I want to know where I'm heading. I'm feeling happy that there is a way for me to know where I'm heading and control it deliberately rather than just having things happen to me without me realizing why they happened. And once we have set our intent, let's use our mantra Soham to bridge the gap between our intent and our manifestation. Soham 16 times. the left hand and at the base of our spine, rotate it, press it and rotate it 4 times clockwise. Say, I am where I am and I'm pleased with it. Say it 4 times in your mind. And take the right hand, put it just a couple of inches below the navel. Rotate it clockwise 5 times and set your intent 5 times that I am worthy of all that I want. And in this intent, there are multiple intents, that you're happy wherever, whoever you are, and that your desires are good and you're worthy of them. Now press just below between the ribs and 10 times. I am at peace with everyone. Rotate clockwise and say I am at peace with everyone. Now put your hand on your heart and 12 times. I feel joy, passion and love. Take the left hand, put it where the head meets the neck at the back. Tilt the head back a little bit. And 16 times. I want to observe my emotions. focus at the top of the head throughout this exercise. The right hand, put it on, set the palm on your forehead. Bend the head forward a little bit. And 10 times, I want divine guidance. Keep the palms facing up, your lap. And then take the right hand with the palm press on top of your head. Rotate clockwise 7 times. And affirm, I am connected to God. At this point, if your Kundalini is awake and if your throat chakra is clear, you would feel cool breeze flowing on top of your hand, on your palms. And if you take your hand up, try to move it up and down over your head, first with right and then with left hand, you would be able to feel cool breeze coming from top of your head as well. If it's not to worry, because in each of these sessions I will work on your energy after this session, and I'll help you raise your Kundalini and then feel it. I can clear all your chakras and you would have that sensation. And more we do it, stronger we can feel that energy flow. Now we want to focus on our breathing. Take deep breaths in and deep breaths out. And when we are in meditative state, our breaths become silent. And as each breath goes in, feel the energy flowing from top of your head coming into your body. With each breath out, Feel the energy being relieved from near the base chakra. Regulate your breath and feel that energy flow coming in and going out, and in between spreading through your body. If you can't feel that energy flow yet, just focus on your throat chakra. See what you feel there. Just imagine that energy flowing through your throat and clearing all the blockages in your throat chakra. As soon as those blockages are cleared, you'll start feeling all these sensations. Now this is the energy flow, the God's energy flow that is flowing through our body. We'll use this to diagnose ourselves as well as heal ourselves. But before that, we need to set our intent. So we're going to take our right hand, put it on top of our head, and do this only if you have decided to go down this path. So on top of the head, put your palm there and say that I want to know if some big manifestation is about to occur in my life. I want to feel those sensations at the top of my head. Then take the right hand, put it on your forehead, bend the head a little bit, and set the intent that I want to feel the divine guidance and inspiration. I want to know the answers to my questions. And I want to know the actions I need to take. So this way you would start feeling sensations on your forehead and your third eye. Whenever you have the right inspirations or the right guidance or right clarifications. So it'll help you choose from the various options that are available to you. You would know which one is the right direction. And then take your left hand, put it at the back of your head, where your head joins your neck, and say that I want this energy flow and Kundalini to start giving me guidance. I want to know which direction I'm heading. And I want to feel all these sensations that I feel in my body. I want this throat chakra to be cleared. This is an important step, next one. Put your right hand on your throat, hold it. Just keep it there. Just feel the energy from your palm and your throat interacting with each other. This will help you clear your throat chakra. Just become thoughtless and feel that energy. Feel the sensations that you're getting in your throat. If you're getting any sensations, just let them be. Observe them as a neutral third party. Now take your right hand, put it on your heart. And say that I want to know whenever I have negative emotions. I want clear indication whenever I have negative emotions. Now put your right hand just below between the ribs, with your palm touching the middle of the ribs below it. And set your intent that whenever I feel negative emotions about people, I would know. Then move the hand 2 inches below the navel, with the palm touching the chakra. Say that whenever I have negative emotions about myself, I would know. And then take the left hand, put it at the base of the spine, with the palm touching the chakra, and say that whenever I have negative emotions about my circumstances, I would know. take both hands, put right hand where your left leg joins your body, press there with your fingers, and left hand where your right leg joins your body, press with your fingers, and say, I want to know, I want to be able to diagnose my physical well-being. Now take the right hand and on the left ribs, just below the left ribs, press there, and with your left hand press below the right ribs. And say, I want to clear all my chakras, and I want to know when there is a blockage. And then put your right hand on your heart and left hand on your right chest, and say, I want to know I want to diagnose my emotional well-being. Now put your right hand on your throat chakra and left hand at the back of your head, not where it meets the neck, but exactly at the back of your head. Bend your head back a little bit. And say, I want to know everything that is going on in my mind, body, and soul. And then keep your left hand at the back of your head. Put your right hand on your forehead. And say, I want to diagnose my mental well-being. Now put both the hands on top of your head. Right hand first and left hand on top of it. And say, I have the same powers as God, and I want to use those powers to know everything that is going on with me and to have control over it. Now Now once it's done, bring your hands back, palms facing up in your lap. Now continue with the breathing. Focus that energy that is flowing through you. And now take a few moments to feel what sensations you're feeling at the top of your head. Take particular note whether they are pleasant or unpleasant. And the energy flowing through you, whether it's being blocked somewhere or not. Feel what you feel at your forehead. Feel what you feel in your throat. Feel what you feel in your chest. Observe what you feel below your ribs in the middle. Observe what you feel a couple of inches below your navel. All the way to your genitals, so that whole region, what do you feel? Now at the base of your spine, all the way to the parts that are touching the floor. What do you feel there? So go through that again from top to bottom. Next couple of minutes, just feel every single bit of every single chakra, feel that. Take note of these feelings, sensations. If they are pleasant sensations, move on, enjoy them and move on. If they are unpleasant, take particular note of what kind of sensation, which part. Whether it's pain or heat, pressure. If it's unpleasant, just take note of that and move on. Also notice the intensity. The intensity of these sensations is an indicator of how strong those areas are affecting you negatively or positively. Now let the energy flow through your body. Feel that energy flow for the whole body. See if there are any points in your body where you're particularly getting any painful sensations or unpleasant sensations or pleasant sensations. Take note of those points as well. You would notice that if you are aware of some of these points where you already are prone to problems, you would feel unpleasant sensations there anyways. But there may be some points which you are not aware of yet. be grateful and thankful to the God energy that flows through you and gives you this guidance. Because through these sensations, through this guidance, know and believe and feel good that now you can take control of your life. You can take control of your experiences. You can use this tool, this indicator, this guidance constructively to build a life around you that you want, to build a universe around you that you want. So meditate for 5 minutes and then you can open your eyes. But throughout the meditation, continue to be aware of all of these sensations, the energy flowing through your body. If you get any thoughts, just say not now, later, or anything that makes it go away. Bring your focus back to top of your head and to these sensations and the energy flow. So whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Bring your attention back to this room and open your eyes. Shall we go this way? So Catherine, what do you feel? So do you remember earlier few sessions you said that you're constantly in pain, but during these meditations that pain went away. So
yeah, most of the pain does go away, but I still feel pain. It's not as intense during the meditation. I still feel pain in my coccyx region. It was mostly pleasant sensations all the way through. I could feel the coolness, even with my gloves on. I can feel the coolness in my palms, all the way down my back. Actually, the whole lower region. For the first time, I think was quite cool today.
that's good, yeah. So if you're feeling those cool sensations in some chakras or some parts of the body, or any pleasant sensations, that means those areas are well, physically as well as your thoughts. So you don't need to worry about that. So just enjoy them. You can enhance that strength in those areas, and that will help you get better manifestations. So that's good.
And the only negative one I would say really was the one that I mentioned earlier. I said, I kind of feel that there, and I feel it in.
So what sort of sensation? Is it pain
nausea.
or nausea? Yeah.
Nausea.
So basically, that means you have these thoughts which are related to not being at peace with others. So is that something that you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, so you need to work on those thoughts, because that is what is holding you back manifesting many of those things. Because what happens is, quite often, if you want something, but when you see others getting it, you're not happy with it, or you feel jealous, you feel negative emotions, others getting that thing, you're not likely to get that. So when you have the right emotions about others, you would be at peace, you would let them be, whatever they are, you let them be. And when you see other people getting something, it gives you joy, then you're in the right frame of mind to attract those things yourself. So that's something that probably you need to work on.
Yeah, I am in the process of doing that, so I'm aware of that. And I did change some of the wording as you were going through. It was my intention, has been my intention. I was just fine-tuning it to suit my purposes.
That is perfect. That's how it is. Because you need to find those words that feel right to you. You know, because when you say those words, you should feel good about yourself. So the exact words that I'm saying, if they don't feel good, you find the right ones.
That's what I
So
did.
that's good.
Yeah.
So just only one area to work on, and that's probably the reason you were able to feel very strong energy, and even I was able to feel strong energy flow within you, because you don't have that much of negativity in you, except that one area, and you fix that, and your whole life will turn around.
Yeah, I have been really, really positive. My whole moods, day by day, it's growing. Even when things are sort of happening to me, like I couldn't sleep the other night, I was laughing out loud. Other people might think that's a bit mad, but it wasn't a negative, whereas before I'd be really angry and stuff. I'm noticing that it is permeating a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased
And
with
it
that.
affects other people as well. You would see that
Yeah, others
other
have
people
noticed it.
also like start being nicer to you, and they start being happier being around you. And you don't have to convince anyone, tell anyone. Just work on yourself, and those other people would be happy with you. That's it.
Yeah.
Just work on your thoughts. So Tracy?
I just felt peaceful really, and my chakras clearing. As we said.
Did you feel any sensations on your chakras or in your body?
Yeah, it's like they're clearing and
Was it like pleasant, unpleasant?
yeah, nice, pleasant.
All nice?
Yeah.
So that's good. And what about top of your head? Did you feel anything
Yeah.
over
I
there?
always feel like that energy's leaving, it's clearing.
That's good. So that means if you follow this practice
Yeah.
right, very soon you'll start getting most of the stuff that you set your intent for.
Yeah.
So in your case, you don't have too much of negative blockages anywhere.
Yeah, I've noticed like just in the last week, I feel a lot more peaceful.
Yeah, I think because you have been doing that meditation every day, right? So because last week when I raised your Kundalini, I felt Emma's energy flow was quite strong, but today I could feel your energy flow was quite strong.
Yeah.
So in fact, I know that Chris and Catherine have always had very strong energy flow going through. I have been able to feel yours is also somewhere getting there, so that's good. So Emma?
I didn't feel anything unpleasant either. It was all quite nice.
Yeah,
And, the top of my head felt the nicest. Yeah, it was sort of throbbing, I suppose.
Yeah, and that's the reason probably the first time itself you were able to have that very strong energy flow last week. So that's good. So it's same in your case. If you're only positive sensations, nothing negative, that means you'll be able to start manifesting things quite quickly.
I've been thinking in a lot more positive way, and I'm quite a negative person normally. And I'm trying to be a lot more positive, and it does seem to be having an effect. So it's good.
That's good to know that it's working for you. So yeah, it'll start affecting everyone else around you as well. So
yeah, I felt in three places really. Here it felt like almost like a trickle of water. It's nice, all very nice feelings, but it almost felt like something was bubbling there.
that's a good sensation. Whenever you feel any sensation of like cool breeze or water trickling or whatever, that's a very supposed to be good. That means you are very strong in that area. And whenever you have any strength in an area, you can use that to clear your other chakras, which may create problems for you as well. So that's very good. That means you are very peaceful about other people, you let them be, you're nice to them, and in general, you have good feelings about other people. So is that true?
I would say it is, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it means, that you have very strong positive emotions related to that.
On the top of my head, it felt like a throb, but I think the most defined sensation was here. It felt cold.
Let's talk about the top of head.
Cold air.
Yeah,
cold.
when you said slob, what does that mean?
No, throb.
Throb, okay.
Throb, like a throb. Nothing, not unpleasant, just like a throbbing feeling on the top of my head.
Yeah, so that throbbing or pressure sometimes comes when the energy is trying to get through, but there is still some slight blockage. That's when you get either the throbbing or pressure. So that relates to your beliefs about spirituality or God or whatever. So you're still not clear on your beliefs in those areas, which you need to work on and set your beliefs. Like I said in the beginning, that every belief is right. It's what you believe in is right for you. So you need to choose set of beliefs related to God, spirituality, set those beliefs, and then that throbbing would go away, and then you'll be able to start feeling that energy flow.
I do feel that I have quite strong beliefs, and yeah, I do feel that I have quite strong beliefs in what I...
And that's why you're feeling that throbbing. So you have strong beliefs,
Yeah.
but probably those beliefs are not aligned to your desires. Your
I think
intentions.
I'm cross-purposing. I'm thinking more spiritual, what I feel spiritually.
Yeah, so spiritually, whatever your beliefs you have
Yeah.
are not aligned to your desires.
Okay.
So like what you want in life and what you believe spiritually is not in harmony.
Okay.
So you have some beliefs where you deeply inside you want some things, but your beliefs about spirituality, some things are stopping you from going there in that direction. Like for instance, churches have lots of rules, right, or beliefs that you're supposed to do this is wrong, this is right, you're supposed to do this, not that. Other religions have all similar rules. So, but in reality, you might want to do something which your priest or church says, no, that's the wrong thing to do. So your desires are in conflict with your beliefs that you hold. So that's when you feel that. So you need to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
It'll take time sometimes. And the third one you said here?
Out of the three, this was the most strongest. It felt very cold, but it felt like air.
Yes.
Rushing. Just it felt like air coming out, really, and it was quite cool.
Yes,
It
that's
was from
your
this
third
end.
eye opening up. So like Shiva had this third eye, so through which he had that divine vision. So we all have that third eye here. So we have that divine vision. So that first time when it opens up, sometimes you feel all those sensations, like the energy, kind of flowing out from there, or sometimes coming in.
It was cool, like cool air.
Cold, yeah, that's a good sensation. Which means you do have that vision, and you can possibly see things. You can figure out things, you can see things, and you get all sorts of inspirations, which you need to start focusing on and working on. So that's a good thing. Chris?
Yeah, I think mine were mainly sort of related to physical. I had this, it felt like something kind of creeping down there, and then a bit of a pain on
That
the other
could,
side.
I would say, sinus issue you have?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm very aware of that. And the other thing was a bit of pressure at the back of the neck, and I have got neck problems, so I think that was the physical. The only other things, but weren't particularly unpleasant, were a slight pulsing in sort of solar plexus and the second chakra. Just a slight pulsing, but it wasn't unpleasant.
Okay. So, pulsing, like, were you able to feel the energy flowing through it?
Yeah, oh yeah, I could feel the energy flowing through it.
But pulsing
just
still
a-
means that you need to focus on it, because
Okay,
you need to figure out what is going on, because
okay,
there's something happening there
okay,
that it's drawing your attention to it.
yes.
So, but it's not that bad that you need to worry about it, or
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah.
needs to worry about anything,
Yeah.
because you are in control.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you need to that would create like some negative manifestations immediately or in near future.
Yeah.
But it is still something that it's better for you to focus on that and see what's going on.
Okay,
So work on your thoughts related to those two.
yeah.
and see what's going on, and see, you once you start meditating and thinking, you would start getting those realizations through this chakra, and you would know what it means.
Okay. Thank you.
Anjula?
Really enjoyed that. I felt it was like, you said touch different places. I felt like you were like massaging the soul. It was like, it felt good.
Can we start from the beginning? Like, for last few weeks, you were not able to feel your Kundalini rising.
No.
So were you able to feel that?
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what.
Did you feel the cool breeze?
I did feel cool breeze on
That's
my
it.
hand, but I didn't feel cool breeze on my head. My head feels like when you said it felt really warm. I can feel it up here, but it wasn't cool.
Yeah, so that means your Kundalini has not risen all the way.
Yeah.
So you're getting the cool breeze on your hands.
Mhm.
That means your Kundalini is trying to rise, and it has risen quite a bit. But warm feeling on the head means there is still a blockage.
Not in the head, when you above.
Yeah, wherever.
Yeah.
So head or above. So that means there is still a blockage, that you hold certain beliefs, or you're not clear about your beliefs. What is it that you want to believe in, what you don't want to believe in terms of spirituality?
Yeah,
Is that
makes
correct?
sense. That kind of,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's what happens, and so you basically need to find some beliefs which make you feel good.
Something you said that I'm not sure about. You said that whatever belief you choose, it's okay. But that can't be true.
But
There's
that's how
some
it is.
people. There's some people that beliefs are wrong.
No, that's not you're not the one to judge them whether it's right or wrong.
Okay.
You can only judge your own beliefs.
Okay.
You
But
don't know
can't
what is
say-
going
you
on in
can't
their
say
minds.
That some other people's beliefs are right if they're doing something wrong. Some people believe it's okay to harm children.
See,
Yeah, but that's what I'm
That's
saying. You cannot say that's okay.
no, that's the whole point. Like, see, everything has to have a balance. The universe works on balance. For every good thing, there is always the opposite end of that, spectrum. So we are not the ones to judge. We can only work on our own beliefs, what feels right to you. That's the whole point. Like here also, you would have felt some
I
negative.
definitely felt
Exactly.
something here, and I looked at it when the sensation came, and actually it was pleasant. I didn't know what it was to begin with,
Mhm.
because I just felt the sensation, and when I looked at the sensation, actually it was really a pleasant sensation.
So which means you're okay with people.
Yeah.
What it means is that you're okay with people. You're a pussy. You let them be. But there are certain beliefs, like you said, that spiritual beliefs is what you're at conflict with. And the thing is, one thing we have to all understand, that all these wars, all these killings, all the crime that happens because we believe that what other person is doing is wrong, or their beliefs are wrong. So people pick up armies, they want to convert them, they want to kill them, they want to torture them. They want to do all those things because some people believe that those other people's beliefs are wrong. Most of the big wars have happened because of that. So we can't let that be, okay? And you would see that once you start getting into more and more of that, your own realizations, you would see why. I don't have to tell you, I don't have to convince you. That's not my job. You need to figure out what is right for you. Let them be. And why it's happening to them, you would see that once you are connected to spirituality, once you are connected to God, you would get your own answers. Why is it that it's okay for them to have that belief? But right now, your focus is not what they are thinking or what they believe in. Focus is on your own connection with God. Because God made everyone. We are all equal. We all have the same mind. We are all connected to the same source. Then why is it that our beliefs are better or worse than somebody else's beliefs, which are better or worse than somebody else? So each of us has to find our own connection with God first. And that realization, rest of the realization would flow in. So let them be. If they have some wrong beliefs, you think they have wrong beliefs, first of all, who are you to judge that? Do you have any special powers over them? What if they say your beliefs are wrong? They might. A lot of people might. A lot of people might say that whatever we are talking about here would be wrong. Whatever is taught in church or temple or mosque is right. Fine, whatever it is. The thing is, you have to find what is it that your belief is and stick to that. If you feel that that belief is good, whatever you are doing is good, that's it. That's the main thing first. And then you would have that chakra clear. And once that realization and that energy flow starts coming in, you would start seeing things in a different light. You would know what is happening to those people and why is it happening to those people. Then you would have that deeper understanding of why everything is okay.
Could it be just that it's wrong for you? You don't want it in your life. It's not what you choose, but they're choosing that, but it's separate from...
I don't know if I believe someone could choose that.
I know,
But
I
they
think
do.
some people it's forced upon,
Yeah.
and that's not fair.
No,
Yeah,
as
the
well.
thing is, nobody is victim in this society.
Really?
Every single thing, that wrong thing that has happened in my life with me, now after I have started meditating, I've started getting those realizations, I can figure out exact state of mind I was in, exact thoughts that I went through before that, all the warnings I had seen but I ignored. And I realized that each of those warnings were telling me that this was going to happen. I could have prevented all of that. But still, big bad things happened, which I could have prevented. But I can see every single thing was something that was based on state of mind I was in. Every single good thing that happened in my life, big things happened in my life, again, I was in a particular state of mind.
Because you're awake and you can see that.
No, I wasn't at that time.
No, I know, at that time, but now you can see it because you're awake. But when you're not awake, okay, it's really hard to see what's going on.
But see, the universe, there are planets being formed, planets being destroyed, right? You need to be aware that most of these planets that support life, including Earth, okay, they are all living, breathing planets. They have a soul. Otherwise, it's not possible for any planet that does not have a soul. It's not possible for that planet to sustain life. Because if you think about it, Earth breathes, it has all the metabolic processes to heal itself just the way our bodies have. It goes through those cycles, right? It changes itself, it metamorphoses, the whole. So, Earth is, if you look at all the things that are happening in our body which makes us alive, same things are happening in the planet itself. But a lot of those things are not happening on Mars, for instance. It's been a frozen planet. It doesn't go through some of those changes that Earth goes through. So every planet that supports life has to be living itself. It has to have those metabolic processes, the environmental processes, and the churning of its own environment and the healing that it goes through for it to be able to
Okay,
sustain
I'm going to
life.
say something, and I'm not sure if it's going to sound clear with what I want to say. The way that you asked us to look while we're raising our Kundalini at different chakras to see what's happening, then we should surely be doing that with the environment we live and the people around to see what's wrong, so we can clear that as well.
If that's your intent, you set that intent. Okay. If that's what you want, that is your desire. You recognize that desire, set your intent. There are certain things that you're not clear about why it's happening to those people. Right? You're not clear. How can it be right? So you set your intent, word it correctly so that it doesn't affect you negatively, emotionally. Okay? Set your intent, say that I want answers to this, I want clarifications on this, and move on. You would get your answers. But the main thing is, even before you can work on anyone else, unless you work on yourself, you are of no use to others. You are of no use to society. Unless I clear my vibrations, I can't clear your chakras. It's impossible. If I have any particular blockage in my chakra, I can't clear yours. So I have to first look at myself, clear my own flow, energy flow, have my own connection with God established, then only I can get those answers. But I can't get that connection established unless I focus on myself and forget about others for the moment. Because I know, you should talk to yourself and say that, okay, there are these things. I don't know why it's happening, I don't believe it's right, but who am I to judge? Let me first focus on myself, because if I am able to establish my connection with God, then I would get those clarifications. I will set my intent, it's my desire to know those answers. Right now I don't know, I feel it's wrong, I don't know why it's happening, but I know over time I will. So for now, let me be at peace with that, because I know I will get my answers. And then, once I get those answers, I get my connection established, then it's my desire to be able to do something to help those people. But I don't know how, but which is fine, because that's not my job to figure out how I can do that. So I should just know that law of attraction would make it happen. Those circumstances, people's answers, the inspirations would come to me at the right moments for me to be able to help those people. So I just want to be at peace with myself right now. My job is to, if I want to get there, my job is to first focus on myself, get my own connection established, be in a position of power within myself that I can actually do something about those people, know why it's happening to them and do something about it. Because unless I get to that position of power within myself, I cannot do anything. I cannot change anything.
I don't know if it's connected, but I mean, I've been reading quite a lot on sort of soul retrieval and that type sort of subject. And what I read was, obviously, if we're all coming back time and time again to learn a new experience every time, you may not come back in a very positive way. You may come back as somebody who's disabled because you want to experience that. You may come back as somebody who murders because you want to experience that. And my thought on it is we all come back with a different thing we wish to learn.
Yeah, it's
and
not.
if you're not, sorry, I was going to say, if every time you come back it's something good, you're not going to be able to have a balance of something bad and know. Basically it's about experiencing all types of feelings and all
Do you
types
just think
of
they're
life.
ill? No, I just think people like that are ill. And we're on like a growing journey. And
That's what I mean, you're growing, but you have to learn one negative experience to
You think so?
understand the good.
I don't like that because then I feel like I'm going to draw negativity to me. If I feel like I'm growing towards a really peaceful happiness,
I'm talking
I
about
think
each
like
life.
if you choose to believe that, then if you choose to think, oh, I'm just growing into a beautiful state of consciousness, then you're
How
going
would
to
you
just attract that. But if you believe that everything has a purpose, then you're going to attract everything. I don't know if I want to believe that.
I don't mean, what I mean is, you know, maybe come back different lives to experience different things, and if you come back every time and have a really positive, wonderful life, how are you going to understand, you know,
just
every
know they're
side of the
real.
coin?
Yeah.
You could just think, well, they're real
I think-
and they're still healing.
What you said, Anne, is very, very good, because this is one of the things I've mentioned in one of my previous sessions, that soul comes into the body and chooses the circumstances it's taking birth in based on the beliefs and thoughts that soul has had and the kind of experiences, the intentions it holds within that body. Otherwise, every soul would take birth in rich families. The reason some of those souls take birth in like those circumstances is because, you know, like I said, just imagine the feeling of joy or elation if you're born in a poor family and you overcome all of that and become rich.
That is if money is the most important.
If that is the intention that soul holds.
Okay.
Because each soul comes into that body to experience some physical aspects of life, which they can't get in the non-physical form. If they don't want that physical form experience, they would never take birth. They wait until they are ready to experience something new, physical. But physical experiences, even souls know, is a double-edged sword. There are certain experiences that they may get, positive ones, there are certain negative experiences they may get. So some person may choose certain circumstances which are very thrilling, but in return, while going through those circumstances, if they are successful, it's very thrilling, so they go through that with that intention of enjoying that thrill, but in the process they might die. People who do skydiving, bungee jumping, think of that. Why would they choose that? I do bungee jumping. Why would people choose that? Because of that thrill. But I know that there is a risk inherent in that. I do that despite that risk. So some people do die. So what can you do about it? Fine. You know. Also, quite often people don't choose something particularly exactly that way. What happens is, it's the sum total of your thoughts and vibrations that attracts those things. So people who get into a car accident, not necessarily because they want a car accident, you know, because they have certain fear in their mental makeup, which makes them attract that. People who get cancer, not necessarily because they talk about cancer all the time, but because they have certain beliefs or thoughts which are creating lots of blockages in their mind, So much so that combined together, cancer is the physical manifestation of those thoughts. So they may not be even thinking about cancer, but the belief that they could get cancer helps. Similarly, so there are all these circumstances which people go through. The souls are aware of that. When they take birth, they are aware of that. So they basically go through, they know that they would get.
So if we're here to experience, or are we here to learn lessons?
No, there are no lessons to be learned.
Okay, so we're here to just experience.
Just for the fun of it, just for the joyride.
Okay.
And
Then why don't we just like forget all this and then just carry? Does that make any sense? If we're not here to like learn a lesson,
no,
then you just go out there and just just live.
yeah,
And not.
that's what the whole point is. That's your point of your existence.
But we're trying to like change our course by coming here and feeling, doing the meditation and taking in what
Okay.
you're saying. We're trying to change our course so we can have a different outcome.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Okay. So basically we came in with certain intentions into this body. Okay? And whatever those intentions were at that point becomes our guidance system. So whenever we are doing something which makes us go in that direction, makes us feel good. When we try to go against that direction, which our soul intended when we took on our body, when we feel bad, that's where our feelings come from. Okay? And then we went through certain more life experiences while we were alive, which added on to those previous intentions. So what we are right now was the original intention that our soul took our body with, plus the new life experiences that we have had, because soul learns with every life experience. So the intentions change at a deeper level. So whatever we feel good or bad about is what our deepest intention is through all these lifetimes we have lived, our soul has lived, plus added on to that, the life we have lived until now. So our job is to have desires and manifest those desires. That's what we are here for, and the thrill that it brings when we manifest those desires. Because what happens is, more thoughts we have, those thoughts stay forever, they add on to the God's thoughts. So the universe expands and universe changes based on our thoughts. Every single thought we have thought has changed the universe in some way. And collection of all the living entities that have been deliberately thinking are changing the whole universe. And they are expanding the universe and expanding God. Because God is collection of all our consciousness, all our energy, everything, all the space together. So our job is to basically experience all these things, have fun, enjoy, have those desires, and see how we can manifest those desires. And if we are going in that direction, we'll feel good. If we are just living the life the way our intentions are or were, we will feel good. If we are living the life up against that, we'll feel bad. So that's the guidance. Our soul, the God Himself, is telling us, you should be going this way, but you are going this way. That's all there is. And God is enjoying, because God is a collective of all the souls. So God is enjoying what every single soul is feeling and experiencing.
What if it's hurting another?
If you are connected to God, and you, because once we take birth, then we forget about everything, all our past life experiences. We end up rediscovering ourselves, right? So every single time we end up rediscovering ourselves. So hurting others comes because in that body, once the soul takes birth in those circumstances, the soul has not been able to rediscover its connection. And in those cases, some of those negative things happen. Okay, but you can't hurt somebody else unless the combination of thoughts and vibrations of that person also attract it. They are both in harmony with each other. The person who is hurting the other and the person who is being hurt. Let me give you an example. Like, I know some people who had problems with bullying. They were being bullied. So it's not like they are attracting bullying, but they're worried about it, they're thinking about it, and whatever. I told them to just work on their thoughts, clean up their thoughts, Suddenly, the bullying stopped, and those people who were bullying them earlier suddenly started being nice to them. So they're not victims because they held certain beliefs and certain thoughts. They were certain fears, because of which they were attracting certain type of behavior from those people. And the moment they changed their thoughts, those people's behavior to them changed as well. But the thing is, not everyone knows that, which is fine, because that's the creation. That's the whole creation process at work. Death is not bad. If someone murders someone, fine, we know that in physical life that's wrong, so that should not be done. But the reason that person is doing it, we don't know what that person is going through in his mind, what sort of intentions he held, that soul held.
But to think like that and actually believe that takes...
Yeah, but that's the reason. First step is for you to know that it's your life that you are in control of.
If someone told someone got killed and you were like, well, okay, so be it.
I'm
You know,
already
like,
at-
how heartless would you sound?
No, but I am already there. Because I know why it's happening and
But
how
then-
it happens.
Oh, if we think that person's not bad to do that, are we creating that they don't feel bad?
No. The
Because
thing
we're
is,
all creating. If you said we're all
the
creating,
thing is,
and we're
you have to
linked.
be at peace with them. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to accept
Just,
it.
but we could just not know. Not
If-
to say it's good or bad, just
Just say
be
we don't
kind of
understand.
separate. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't understand, I'm separate, so it's not good.
It's not
or
nothing to do
bad.
with me. Okay.
Huh?
I am at peace with all those people and circumstances. I don't understand it, but in
Yeah.
time I will.
Yeah.
Once I start having this the divine guidance, I would know why it happens and what it means. Until then, I just don't have to bother it because I don't like it. I don't want it in my experience.
Yeah. So you're just separate.
So you're separate from it. So in your universe, once you set the intent,
Yeah.
you would see less and less of those things. So the news items where they present those things,
Yeah.
you would stop liking those news items, right? So like in my case, it's been, I don't know, 6 months since I watched news on TV. Earlier, I was in a habit of just getting up and switching on TV and put on Sky News. I don't do that anymore. Not because I deliberately tried to, but suddenly my world is just shifting in a different direction. And I'm seeing more and more people doing positive things now around me in my lifetime, than seeing those negative things. So basically your world shifts. Those things don't change because that's beyond your control. You only control your own universe. If every person controlled their own universe, made it the perfect universe, then the whole world would become perfect. But you can't control others. Can you stop someone from murdering someone else? Can you stop all the murders from happening? If you can't stop that, why would you want to attract that experience into your universe? Why don't you just let them be, do whatever they are doing? You just worry about your own self and your universe around you, which includes your own loved ones. Because once you fix your universe, you would also, that means, start seeing only those things to the people around you that you want. And not those negative things. So you work on your own universe because there are infinite possibilities that exist in this world. Some of them you may like, some of them you may not like. Yes, the things that you don't like, you believe they are wrong, so you want them to change. You can't. You can't change that. Only thing is that if you think too much about it, worry too much about it, want them to change, you would attract those things to you. That's all that would happen. Nothing else. So why would you want to attract all of that in your life? And then say that, oh, murders are wrong, and then you end up seeing more of it, or you end up attracting somebody near you, seeing that person go through that experience. Why would you want that? If you can't control it, just let it be. You know that someday you will find your answers.
What about if you're sort of like an activist and you want to create a difference in the world? By focusing on...
Most of the activists get it wrong. Like if you look at all these activists, what are they saying? We are against this, against that, against this. We are fighting against that. They are actually enhancing that thing because of that, their attitude. They have negative emotions about certain particular things, so they are trying to remove those things. They are trying to change others.
But what if they're proactive? Like
If-
charity workers?
Even those, they are basically saying that I don't like poverty, so I want to do something.
Yeah.
I don't like this, most of them take it from the wrong side and they actually enhance most of their efforts indirectly are adding on to those problems that they're supposed to be fighting against.
How would you suggest like the kind of like the capitalist system and the injustice?
Mother Teresa.
How would we be
The-
in
Mother
shape?
Teresa,
Yeah.
Noticed.
she said, I would never join anti-war rally.
Yeah.
But if there is a pro-peace rally,
Peace rally, yeah. Okay.
invite me. Because those people who are fighting against the problems or trying to change others are actually adding onto that whole thought within the
So
world.
if you see like capitalists as human still and able to grow and be ethical and focus on the humane side and want to like basically focus on a positive
Yeah,
pathway.
yes.
Yeah.
You set your intent, what is it that you want to see happen? You'll see more and more of it. First of all, you have to take this out of your mind that there is something wrong with this world or people. There's 7 billion people on this planet. They're thriving. Look at every year, world keeps getting better and better and better. Otherwise, 7 billion people who used to have an average lifespan of 25 years long ago, now people live to 70 or 80 and they live fit and healthy lives till 50, 60. World is getting a better place. Most of the people can walk around at the middle of the night alone without having to worry about getting killed.
Yeah.
Do you think 10,000 years ago it was possible? So crime has been on the decline. Everything is getting better. So everything is good. But yes, there are always certain things you don't like. You don't understand the reasons that is happening. But the souls who are going through those experiences, it's their problem, it's their job. You can't help them by worrying about it, thinking about it. All you can do is, you can work on your own universe around you, which includes you and your loved ones. That's all. If everyone did that, there won't be any wars, there won't be any murders, there won't be anything of that sort happening in the world. Yeah. So I think this is all for today's session. So people who want me to work on them, on their energy, can stay back. And rest of them I'll see next week. So namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.